Is Fianna Fáil using a drone to capture video footage of this in an area where drones aren't allowed to be flown without being given the prior all clear. This is despite the fact that Jim Gavin, previously of course of the Irish Aviation Authority, responsible for drone use and responsible safety etiquette around the country. We're into election month at this stage, so all three candidates are scattered to the four winds. As you mentioned there, Heather Humphreys of Fine Gael is here in Blackrock in County Louth. It is her first media appearance since Monday's debate, where there has been some commentary as to whether or not she involved herself in the back and forth enough in the debate. I asked her about that, as well as what her presidency might be like if she's elected, asking how difficult it is to run a campaign where issues like child poverty, housing are on the agenda, when she was at the cabinet table for a lot of the government's record on these, as well as that whether or not she's prepared to speak out on such issues like President Michael D. Higgins has done, even if that leads to perceived clashes with the government of the day. Here's what she had to say when I asked if she's ready to get involved in the back and forth, get stuck into that in an election campaign.
Richard, I'm a tough woman. I've been in politics for over 20 years and my approach may be slightly different to others, but I have a strong resolve and I always said good leadership was humility with a strong resolve to succeed. I've been a government minister for 10 years. I fought for budgets like for social protection to increase payments, and indeed auto enrolment comes into effect now on the 1st of January, and it took 30 years to get there. Many ministers tried to get auto enrolment over the line, but I did it, and it was pure hard work and strong resolve that happened.
Well, Jim Gavin of Fianna Fáil will be campaigning in Dublin today. He's taking part in a 10 kilometres veterans run. It is at another run where his controversy of the day has arisen. He was taking part in the Porterstown Park run alongside his Director of Elections, Minister Jack Chambers. Fianna Fáil using a drone to capture video footage of this in an area where drones aren't allowed to be flown without being given the prior all clear. This is despite the fact that Jim Gavin, previously of course of the Irish Aviation Authority, responsible for drone use and responsible safety etiquette around the country. Of course, even doing PR campaigns for the Irish Aviation Authority on responsible drone usage. Fianna Fáil today saying that this was an oversight on the drone pilot's part, and as soon as Jim became aware of the oversight, he asked the pilot to submit a voluntary safety occurrence report via the safety portal. And now, contrary to the drone, the Jim Gavin campaign has been criticised in some quarters for not getting off the ground, with plenty of time yet for it to lift off. Elsewhere, Catherine Connolly, the independent Galway TD, she will also be focusing her campaign around Dublin today. She'll be in Dublin West around Blanchardstown with the TD, Ruth Coppinger, meeting voters around that area.